You're listening to Fantasy NBA Good, the greatest fantasy basketball podcast of all time. This is episode 26. My name is Purity, but of course I'm not alone.
Hello everybody, my name is Ivan, and you're listening to a GOAT Pod, the first and only family fantasy basketball podcast.
Of course. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't think about that actually.
For you who are listening to this podcast for the first time, why am I saying we're a family fantasy basketball podcast? Because we are husband and wife.
That's right. And we love fantasy.
Yeah, and we are not industry.
Yeah.
We don't advertise here. We don't have Patreon. We won't ask you to pay for any content. We'll just ask. Purity will just ask from you all the time, on every episode.
To join my league. That's right, guys. Still, I need people to join my league. Come on,
please
there's still
join
space.
her league so she stops with this.
That's right.
It's annoying even for me.
So you can join my league by going to our website, which is fantasynbago.weebly.com. Weebly is spelled as Weebly. Just go there, you find a link to join. And also you can go to our Twitter page there and find the link to join, which is Fantasy NBA Good. Come on, guys, I'm waiting.
Please do it so we can finally stop with this.
So I will stop asking for for people to join. In the NBA world today, we're going to talk about Kobe. He did an interview in Las Vegas where he talked about his relationship with Shaq.
What was Kobe doing in Las Vegas?
There was
I didn't know that Kobe is a gambler.
No, he's not. He attended an event, the 10th annual PHP Agency Convention in Las Vegas. He was interviewed by a guy called Patrick Bet David, where he said that he would have 12 rings if Shaq wasn't lazy.
Well, I don't know about 12, but he and Shaq won 3 rings.
Yeah, they won 3 championships together.
Well, it makes sense. If Shaq was not lazy, they would not have fought, and they would have won by probably double that together, 6 rings.
Yeah, that's right. He said that the guy asked him how would Shaq be remembered, if he had his work ethic like he did, and he said he will be the greatest of all time.
Well, I don't know about the greatest of all time, but he was the most dominant basketball player ever. And he was unstoppable. When Shaq would get the ball at the low post, you could do nothing. And if he had good work ethic, if he was not lazy, he would be one of the greatest. Maybe I don't think the greatest, but
one of the greatest, the Big Shaq. Well, he said that I'm not saying anything public that I have not been saying privately. He said he told him that if you are not out of shape, I would have won 12 rings. If you are in the gym, working and practicing on your game, we would have 12 rings.
Shaq was just getting fatter and fatter every season, and finally when he retired, he looked like he doubled his size.
Well, yeah, and he told him about that story that Shaq kept telling Kobe to throw me the ball.
Yeah, Kobe was. It's you should go and find this video. What is the video? I don't know what's the video name, but you can Google.
Kobe's interview.
Kobe, I would won 12 rings.
Yeah.
The video where Kobe is talking about his relationship with Shaq, and he said how he gave 2 examples. First example was when he was saying how when Lakers rebound the ball, when they grab defensive rebound, so Kobe would run to the front court, run back to play defense, and then run forward, and Shaq would just catching up, running forward for the first time. Yeah. And this is another story that he told is they were playing. I think he said they were playing Phoenix, and Shaq was he was asking for the ball all the time, and Lakers were passing the ball, feeding him at the low post, and Phoenix was using that hack-a-Shaq strategy to foul Shaq at the low post, so Shaq would go to the free throw line, and as you know, Shaq was a bad free throw shooter. He has huge hands, and the ball in his hand, the basketball in his hand, is like if you would to try to shoot free throws with a tennis ball. So it was really hard for him to shoot free throws. He was one of the worst free throw shooters in league. So that was the strategy: just foul Shaq, make him shoot free throws, and
he misses.
And the Suns, they were doing that constantly, and Kobe realized that, and he started shooting. He didn't want to pass the ball to Shaq, to low post. And Shaq was at the first time out, Shaq told him, okay, just pass me the ball, like for the first play we have, pass me the ball. And Kobe said, okay, yeah, sure. And Kobe got the ball, and he didn't pass, he shot the ball. Then the second time, Shaq was again, okay, pass me the ball. Kobe was like, yeah, right, sure. And again, he shot. Third time, the same. The fourth time, Shaq told him, okay, pass me the ball. What are you doing? And Kobe's like, well, if you want a ball, you have to rebound after I miss the shot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what happened. It was a great interview. That's it on this story. So guys, today we are doing the last segment of position tier ranks, and we are covering the centers today. So the centers ranking tiers for fantasy basketball.
Yeah, these tiers are from Fantrax, and as I told you before, I find them to be really good and really useful. So just if you wanna, it can help. Just go Google Fantrax positional tier ranks. So let's do this last part. Let's do centers. At number 1 and tier number 1,
we have Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, I'm completely okay with him being the best center. I'm also completely okay if you want to draft Cat as a first pick on a draft. Not your first pick, but a first pick on a draft. He's really durable. He's maybe gonna have the best season of his young career, and he's gonna play a lot of minutes, not like all 48 minutes as he used to play under Tom Thibodeau. I'm joking, of course, not 48 minutes, but he was close to 48 minutes. But still, he's gonna play a lot. I don't think he's gonna be. There are no news that he's gonna be rested. So, depending on your league settings, you should consider Cat as a pick number 1 if you're for your first pick, if you can get him, of course. Tier
number 2, we have Nikola Jokic.
Also agree with this. Second best center. He should be the 6th pick on this year's draft. Nikola there's some news that he's gonna be load managed along with Jamal Murray. I'm not sure about that. I think he's gonna play a lot, and he's gonna do what he does. He's probably gonna have even a better season this year. So yeah, I at pick number 6, you should not think twice.
Yeah, definitely not. So tier number 3, we have Joel Embiid, Andre Drummond, Rudy Gobert, Nikola Vucevic, and Miles Turner.
Well, you should think twice about drafting Joel Embiid, especially drafting him with your first pick. I don't know. I would try not to draft Joel Embiid as my first pick, and I'm really afraid. I'm scared of him being rested. I'm scared of him missing a lot of games, back to backs. That's the biggest problem with him. And when he plays, he's great. And I need my first pick to be to play most of the games. Like, I mean, not to be rested, not to be load managed, not to be injury prone. Meaning, I don't want to risk with my first pick, because your first pick can lose you a league. It cannot win you a league, but it can lose you a league. And if Joel is rested a lot, he might lose you a league. So I don't know. There is a time on a draft when, like, you just cannot. You just cannot skip him, and you need to draft him. But yeah, it's hard decision to make. Andre Drummond, yeah, people are saying he's in the best shape of his life. He's gonna be good this season, and yeah, he's a second round pick. I have nothing against drafting Andre. So. Depending also, seeing on your league settings, your pant strategy, who you're gonna pair him with, and etc. Number 5, also in this third tier, Rudy Gobert. Rudy, like, he's also gonna be good this season. Solid second round pick. Nikola Vucevic also. Nikola is going really low. Okay, not really low, but like lower than he should be in these mock drafts that I did. He's a really good pick for the second round. In the first round, if you take one of the point guards, and then you go second round with Nikola Vucevic, this is really good combination. Also, Miles Turner. Like, I have nothing against drafting all of these guys, except Joel Embiid. Miles, I think he's also gonna be really good. I'm not afraid what Domantas Sabonis, how he's gonna influence Turner's game, and since they're gonna play together this season. So yeah, I will probably drafting him in the second round.
So we'll go to tier number 4, which is Clint Capella, DeAndre Ayton, Mitchell Robinson. That's all.
Yeah, Clint Capella. People this season, people are kind of low on him, and people are afraid that he's gonna lose a lot this season, lose a lot of value because of Russell Westbrook arrival. I think that yes, he's gonna lose like a couple of rebounds. Like he was, I think, 13 rebounds last season. This season he's not gonna go under 10. He's gonna have these 10 rebounds, and because Russell Westbrook is gonna take few of the rebounds. You probably, I don't know if you heard the story. Steve Adams was talking about how in Oklahoma he would not go for he's been told not to go for a defensive rebound, but to screen his player, so Russell Westbrook can get that rebound and start off the fast break with his pass, with Russell Westbrook starting a play with that first pass to come from Russell Westbrook, because their estimation was that the break starts, it's much faster when they start the break with the first pass by Russell Westbrook. So yes, he's maybe they will be doing that. They're gonna do that in Houston. Maybe he will take not maybe he will probably take several rebounds from him, but it's gonna compensate. Like his field goal percentage is gonna go up. I think he will also have maybe 2 points more this season. There are gonna be a lot of LAU passes, lob passes. So I think, as I said, he's gonna lose something. He's gonna gain something. So I think that his value is not gonna drop. DeAndre Ayton, he's being talking this week, beginning of the week, he's been saying how he doesn't want to play center, and I just don't understand these guys. They like nobody wants to play center.
Yeah, everybody is trying to be a point guard.
Well, okay, not.
I mean, other positions. Sorry.
Yeah, he cannot be point guard even if he wanted, but yeah, he wants to be he wants to play a power forward, you know.
Powerful. That's what I was looking. That's the word I was looking.
Imagine I go to my boss and I tell him, okay, I don't want to do what I do anymore. I want to be boss from now on. Just that's gonna be my new position.
Yeah. Well.
Or he's gonna tell me, okay, be boss, but in some other company.
That's right.
But in NBA you can demand whatever you want, which is not the case in Europe.
Yeah, different case in Europe.
In Europe, the coach has the authority, and players cannot demand. No, they cannot demand nothing almost.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do what your coach tells you. You have to listen to club's owner. Okay, well, yeah, club's owner, sports director, but coach is the most important team in a team.
You have strict rules here in Europe.
So DeAndre, yes, I like DeAndre, and I think he's a little bit undervalued. I think after this season he won't be undervalued, but for now I think you can get him for a decent price. I have nothing against drafting DeAndre. Mitchell Robinson, I also have nothing against drafting Mitchell Robinson. I like him very much. I got him in my dynasty league, but he's going too early if you like for my liking, and like in these mock drafts, maybe only once I got him, because like it's always when he's about his turn to be drafted. When I always like there are always some players around that mark that I find more valuable than Mitchell Robinson.
Let's continue. Tier number 5, we have Jonas Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas, Steven Adams, Bam Adebayo, and Brook Lopez.
He's Brook
Lopez. Okay.
I think that Jonas is gonna have a really good season. I have a feeling that this is gonna be his best season of his career. Like he has always been like up and down, and like I think this year he's gonna have like good steady season. This is what I think, and what some people from fantasy basketball experts are saying. So yeah, I'm not gonna avoid him either. Steve Adams, also decent pick. Why not? Bam Adebayo, currently he's number 60. He was what is it, like 66 or something? So he climbed to number 60. I think there is just no if you draft him there, there is still some value that you can squeeze out of him. Like he can be top 50, but like it's like he's just keep climbing, and by the time you draft, if you haven't drafted already, and I think you will probably be drafting in like 2-3 weeks from now, he's probably gonna climb even more, and then there's just no value. And then what's the point of drafting Bam Adebayo at like number 50? I don't know, number 50, if that's his ceiling this season. If he's gonna be at the end of the season, he's going to be number 50. So why would you do that? You should always draft someone that someone who will give you who will at the end of season be valued like 10, 15, 20. The more spots, the better. Yeah, if you take someone draft someone at a position 70, if he finishes season as ranked as a player 50th player in fantasy basketball, that's a good job. So drafting someone at 50 and then this guy being number 50 at the end of the season, what's the point? Of course, this doesn't apply for your first round guys and your second round guys.
No.
From them, you expect to be, if you draft, I don't know, Damian Lillard at 7, you expect him to be at 7. Yeah, like you're not expecting Damian Lillard to be number 1.
Yeah.
But you're hoping that he won't be number 20.
Yeah, that's right.
So okay, Brook Lopez. I'm also okay with drafting Brook. He's really good, really useful, especially if you have
points league.
No, I meant if you have a punt strategy that his trees can help you, his points and.
Okay, let's go to number 6. We have Mark Gasol, Wendell Carter Jr., Derek Favors, and Montrezl Harrell.
Mark Gasol, I won't be drafting this year. I think he's gonna decline this year. He's kind of a little bit old. I think he's 33 right now. Wendell Carter Jr., yes, I even on mock drafts, I've been drafting him a few times. I see that people like him in mock drafts, that he even goes even before his mark. I think he's gonna steadily improve every season, and this season I don't think he's gonna have some huge leap, but he's gonna be better than last season, and I think he's a solid pick. I think he's a solid pick. Derek Favors, well, yeah, depending where you draft him, I think he's gonna be a top 50 player this season. So if you can get him later than that, yeah, he's not that old. People think like he's really old, and he's just a solid pick. Montrezl Harrell, yeah, I am just not that high on Montrezl.
Okay, let's go to number 7. We have Serge Ibaka, Hassan Whiteside, and Thomas Bryant.
Serge Ibaka, I've been drafting him in many mock drafts, and I think he's okay for the position that you draft him. I think he's gonna have good season, and I don't think there is a lot of risk. Thomas Bryant, no, I missed. Hassan Whiteside, he's number 20 in this, and tier 7. Hassan Whiteside, I would suggest you to avoid him. I think there is a lot of risk involved here, and I think if you're looking for a center at this time of the draft, that you can do much better and much safer pick and with more upside. Thomas Bryant, I like him very much. Been drafting him a lot. Yes, just look for him on your draft. He's like if you need centers, he's like he's the last train that you can catch on your draft, like the last really good center. That's what I noticed on these mock drafts, and he's gonna be second best player in Washington. I don't think there isn't much risk involved here, so yeah, draft him.
Okay, let's go to number 8. We have JaVale McGee, Enes Kanter, DeAndre Jordan, Jarrett Allen, and Dwayne Dedmon.
Out of all these guys. Okay, Javal McGee, I'm not that interested. Enes Kanter, also not. DeAndre Jordan, I would avoid him. Like, I would really avoid him because I think he's on a decline. And this season, he's not a starting center for Nets. So yeah, I'm not looking to draft him. Also, Jarrett Allen. I see people draft him on mock drafts. For my liking, it's too early where people get him because he's gonna split minutes with DeAndre, and it's not gonna be pretty. And even last season, he disappointed. He disappointed many people because he's been drafted really early last season. He was that so-called sleeper. I just don't see. I don't see him having a chance to improve this season. Dwayne Dedmon, yeah, also not something that is very exciting.
Okay.
Number
9, we have
Here,
Dwight
9.
Powell, Kevin Looney, and Cody Zeller.
Yeah, Dwight Powell. I said like Thomas Bryant is the last train. If you're looking for a center, Dwight Powell is like this last train, but like he's like that cheap ticket, you know. Like you don't get to be that fancy, part of the train. Like no, he's like this for poor people. He's a center for poor people. Yeah, because you're gonna grab him after mark 100, position 100. I cannot remember where exactly he goes, but something like that. Like I don't. So I think he's kind of okay. If you need center, if you play these leagues with 2 centers, you will need someone to fill that spot. So you can rotate centers to have at least 3 centers, and you should consider him. Kevin Looney, I wouldn't consider him. I don't know why he's here. Yeah, Willie Cauley-Stein is not gonna be good, but I still think that Willie Cauley-Stein is better than Looney, and Willie is gonna be starting center. But like avoid both of them. Cody Zeller, he's like a really good bad player, well, yeah, he's decent when he's decent. I mean, decent for where you get him and for the position he's at, and when he's not injured. But he's always injured, and I just don't know. Like, if you're that desperate for the center, and then yeah, why not? And you just hope that he doesn't get injured for a long time, because that's what he does. That's his thing.
And the last tier, number 10, we have Kelly Olynyk, Alex Len, Alex Len, and Willie Cauley-Stein.
Yeah, Kelly Olynyk. No, like I don't think I'm gonna be desperate that much on any draft to reach for Kelly Olynyk. Alexi Laney. That's his real name.
Oh,
really? He gave himself. You know how NBA players they give themselves nicknames, but this guy gave him completely new first and last name.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Alex Len sounds cool.
But Alexi Laney? Do you know what Laney means? Lane in Serbian, like in Slavic language, Lane.
No.
You don't know, lazy.
Ah.
It's lazy Alexi. Yeah.
If he knew that, he wouldn't have. That's why maybe he changed it. Because
do you think that any English-speaking person knows what Laney means?
Now they do.
Yeah. So when you see Alexi on the street, just mock him on the streets of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alexi. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I also did the same story. I don't think I'm gonna be that desperate to draft Alexi. Same story with Willie Cauley-Stein. If I have to choose in a group of these 9 tier,
10.
and 10 tier. Yeah, 9 and 10. Like maybe Dwazit Powell first, and maybe on the second place, probably thinking between Cody and Willie. Probably Cody.
Yeah.
Okay, this 10 tier, I'm gonna take him first, probably Willie Cauley-Stein. And if I have to choose between Kevin Looney and Willie, okay, I'm taking Cauley-Stein. So guys, that's it. We did all
All the
5
tiers.
all the tiers, but
All the
all the
positions.
5 positions in this last 3 podcasts, and we hope it was helpful.
That's right. That is it, guys, on today's podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. A quick reminder, please join my league. Go to the website, go to our page, on Twitter page at Fantasy NBA God. So you can find our podcast at anchor.fm/Fantasy NBA God. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Fantasy NBA God. Please, you can email us at Fantasy NBA God.
Our website. Oh, sorry, finish.
Email.
Sorry. Yeah.
You can email us at fantasynbagod@gmail.com, and you can go to our website and check it out. Cool website. I can promise you won't be
How can
disappointed.
people check it out if you don't tell them address?
I am telling them. Why are you rushing me? Okay, our website is fantasynbagod.weebly.com. Weebly is spelled WEEBLY.com. Tell them about where to find us.
Yes, you can find us on literally any podcatcher. Just search for Fantasy NBA GOAT at Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn. Yeah, of course, Anchor. Anchor is, just go to anchor.fm/Fantasy NBA GOAT. And guys, I just want to tell you that we really are grateful and we appreciate every listener. As we said at the beginning, we're not industry podcasts, and like we are so grateful. We are so grateful when we see that we have listeners.
Yeah,
that's right. We don't care if that's some huge number.
Yeah,
and we're just happy that someone listens to us.
Yes, we are very grateful. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And until next time, see you then.
See you. Goodbye.
Bye.
So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.